Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. This is Rebecca with Red True Crime post-COVID. Woo. All right. So we have got some updates. I had a case I talked about earlier today, the missing uh, teacher from Chicago, Linda Brown. There's been an update on her case. And I have refrained from commenting on anything that's been going on in Minneapolis, but with what happened this morning, you're going to hear a little bit about that. So sit back, relax, and I'm going to throw some stuff at you. All right. So if you remember, we had the case or have the case of Linda Brown, 53-year-old woman from Chicago, I believe South Side. She left her house on Saturday morning to go to an acupuncture appointment and never made it to the appointment. No one has heard from her, seen her since Saturday. Now, what I reported earlier was that she has a mental health issue. They have alluded to that she was under some type of medical. She needed to be found because of medical issues, and now they're saying she has mental health issues. So, not sure what that all means. But here's what we do know. Earlier today, the vehicle she left in has been found, but she was not in the car. They have not said anywhere about where it was found or what condition it was found in, but her vehicle has been found and she is not in the car. So that, in my opinion, makes this case go to a very dark, dark point. So she either was taken, she ditched the car and left of her own free will, or she ditched the car and did something to herself at a different location. So, but that's where we're at. So Linda Brown, her car has been found, but not her. So I'm praying that they find her. Again, more people are commenting on the husband, Antoine Brown. They keep saying I saw this and it's just like, really? Someone's alluding or comparing him to Chris Watts, saying he's the black Chris Watts. But I did find the video that I told you that I watched. You guys, you take what you want from this. So I'm going to add it on here. You look at it. You tell me what you think. Possibly he's involved, but I don't know. Because again, her family's standing by him, supporting him and all this. No one else is saying anything about it. So there could be a history of domestic violence. I don't know, but here he is.
I'm talking to people. We got people on it. We got people searching for it. I'm out of options. I don't know what to do. But just wait.
Chicago police say 53-year-old Linda Brown was last seen Saturday afternoon in Bronzeville in the 4500 block of MLK Jr. Drive. Investigators believe she may be driving a blue Honda Civic and may be in need of medical attention.
So there you have it. Blue Honda Civic has been found. They just have not said where they found it or what the condition is, but she was not in that car. But everyone's saying off that little interview that he's guilty, but I don't know. I think it's too early to say on this case, but the police should definitely investigate him because, again, when people go missing or when people are, taken and killed, the first person you look at is the significant other. That's how that works, law of averages. But there you have it. So just keep your prayers up for Linda Brown that she is found unharmed and she gets home very soon. So let's get to Minneapolis. So everybody and his brother has seen Nick Shirley here making his rounds in Minneapolis on his own journalism journey, exposing fraud in Minneapolis daycares and health centers. Okay. So I'm going to say this. Fraud is rampant in government programs. It always has been for decades. In my opinion, he's not uncovering anything that's not uncommon. Should it continue? Oh, God, no. It should be stopped. But he's not uncovering anything that I was not aware of that was already happening. This is one of the daycares. It's the Quality Learning Center, but it was spelled Leering, so they were fixing that. So my mother raised me, and she had a daycare in our house. Now, every state is different about their rules and regulations on daycares. She had an in-home daycare. So as long as she kept the kids in there under a certain amount, she didn't have to have a license. So she wasn't licensed. But at the same time, though, she also didn't take anything from the state, like any supplements, anything that they give you, like, food benefits, all of that. But she didn't take any of that. She did everything on her own. Now, my mother had his mom's gone, but had a good friend who had her own daycare that was licensed, and she was getting, food allowances and whatnot. And there were times she would give stuff to us because she had to use that benefit or else lose it. And she didn't have enough people to use it. So she would give it to us and mom would use some of it, but I dare say she could have admitted that she had fewer kids and gotten less, but she didn't do that because she didn't want to get less. So take what you want from that. I do find it odd, like the things that Nick Shirley brought up, like why are the windows blocked out? Why can't I just walk in? Okay, the not walking in thing is a security thing. You don't want those kids being able to get loose and run around a parking lot. So you definitely want to keep those doors secured in a way where you can get, you have to use a doorbell to get in. So I'm all behind that. The windows being blocked out, it is a little peculiar, but I don't find it too unreasonable because they're in a shopping area. Like all these daycares are in like big, massive public spaces. So I would understand if they want to kind of keep that clouded to keep people from looking in because you got a lot of crazy people out there. So I get both sides of that, but because of I shouldn't say because, so much spotlight has been on Minneapolis specifically, with the fraud and the Somali immigrant population there, which has the largest Somali immigrant population in the country. Columbus, Ohio being number 2. It's a bit crazy and it's a bit rampant. And if they are literally doing the things that they're being accused of, I mean, like I said, I've seen this time and time again, different states, different counties. There are loopholes to everything. And now with Minneapolis under such a microscope, ICE is all over the place there. All over the place. And let me tell you, the worst thing that could have possibly happened today. And I shouldn't say knew, I could have predicted that this would have happened. So earlier today, a 37-year-old woman was shot by an ICE agent during a protest. And if you just take that information, your mind can go rampant as to what happened. There is video. I have the video showing what went down. And I'm probably not going to play the whole thing, only because at the end of the video, you can actually see her body hanging out of the car. So I'm not going to show that part, but I can show everything else. But well, let me show it, and then we'll have opinions on it. Okay.
We're showing it. We're doing it with a purpose. So there's no audio here as well, and you're going to see this sort of play out. So just a warning to those who may not want to see this. You can see the vehicle there.
Okay, so that gray truck is ICE.
That's law enforcement pulling up in the pickup.
And it is the Honda Pilot that we should be focused on here. It's about a purplish, reddish color here. So let's take a look.
Agent walking up. And then there's another agent. I don't know if you can see that one.
Okay, I'm going to rewind this back for you because I had to watch it 2 or 3 times. So you see 2 agents on the driver's side of the car. What you don't see is another agent coming from around the passenger side to the front. And then she backs up and she tries to take off. That agent that's in front of the car shoots into the car. So we're going to back this up a little bit. As you see here, you got 2 agents walking up to the car.
Walking up. And then there's another agent. I don't know if you can see that one right there.
Three agents involved. One was kind of closer to the front of the vehicle. The other.
So the agent that was in front of the car shoots into the car. Then moments later, the car, loses control and crashes into a tree.
kind of pulled on that driver's side door handle there as
So
well.
again, there's no audio here. We don't know what's being said. We don't know really anything else about this woman. But there are some other angles of this as well that are being looked at. So that's kind of one pass of the video. And again, right.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there because the next scene is them seeing her body hanging out of the car. People are very, very upset about this. They identified her as 37-year-old Renee Nicole Good. She is the woman who was shot and killed this morning. Now, I've seen different angles of this, all kinds of different angles. And ICE is saying the agent shot her out of self-defense, like she was ramming, therefore they shot her. And then you've got the mayor of Minneapolis calling that BS and used the actual full words there. He said BS and demanded that ICE leave Minneapolis. It's unfortunate this woman was shot. At the angles that I've seen going on, I can see why the agent pulled the trigger. I don't know if he needed to shoot her in the head, but I understand their fear. It's just an unfortunate circumstance. And my thing is, everybody is at fault here. I've been watching video after video after video of ICE agents grabbing people. ICE agents just going to restaurants asking, hey, who speaks Spanish? Kidnapping children to force parents come out of the house so they can grab them. I mean, these are by far the most brutal people out there. They terrify the hell out of me. And I mean, I worry that my own kids might get grabbed because they're mixed race. You know, their dad was black, I'm white. But my oldest daughter has been thought to have been Hispanic multiple times. No one believes that she's, black. So I worry about ICE coming up to her and giving her a hard time. There are people who were legit legal citizens who were born in this country with birth certificates and everything, and they're getting grabbed and taken to God knows where before it gets worked out because ICE is refusing to look at documents. They're saying, oh, it's fake, it's this, it's that. ICE needs to be pulled back. ICE needs a new retraining because they can't go around terrorizing people like this. They can't, because unfortunately, when they start terrorizing people like this is what happens. This woman gets shot because she's just trying to have her own opinion. And I don't know if she was trying to get away. I don't know if they scared her by surrounding the car. I don't know. And we can never know because guess what? She's dead. She's dead. But ICE needs to fall back. They need to fall back in the absolute worst way. And they just need to do that. I can't speak on this any more stronger than that because people are terrified. You've got kids missing school. You've got people not going to medical appointments because they're afraid they're going to get grabbed. I can't say I blame them. I mean, this country was built on immigration. The only people that are should legally be allowed to be here are the Native Americans, the indigenous people. And we came in there and took all their land and made them ill. So, I mean, I'm not, how can I put this? Yes, we've got some immigrants here that don't need to be here. They have, committed crimes, murders, whatever. But we've got some that have contributed, that have made their life here, that, in my opinion, are full-blown citizens. It's no different than if I went to Canada or if I went to Ireland or Africa or whatever. It's the same thing. But just to randomly grab people, when you incite fear, then you get all kinds of crazy responses because fear will make you do the crazy. And I wouldn't be surprised if that woman was terrified with them surrounding her car. So I understand the mayor of Minneapolis saying "get the F out." I mean, he actually said those words, "get the F out." I get it. I don't know if that's going to solve the problem, but I definitely think they need to take a calm pill. I don't understand why these agents are masking themselves. If you're going to grab me, I want to see the face of the person who's grabbing me. It's just awful. Nobody wins in this case. Nobody wins. And now we've got somebody who was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't know if she was trying to ram them. I don't know what she was doing. If she was blocking They're claiming she was blocking ICE agents from doing their job. I don't know. The video that is going around doesn't show that because there's just so little of it. You don't see the whole thing. You don't see what led up to them walking up to her car. So I don't know. But I have watched video where people are protesting and ICE agents just walk up tear gassing them for no reason. They're not laying a hand on these people. They're just tear gassing them. Like, what? You can't do that either. But I look at ICE as like a bunch of federal agents with a massive Napoleon complex, just doing way too much. And they need to be pulled back a little bit. They need to be pulled back. They need to take a knee. I don't care. They need to be told to calm the hell down. Because the things that these guys are doing is awful, is reprehensible, and nobody should be getting grabbed. That's a citizen. Nobody should be getting grabbed. And the fact they're grabbing people who are naturalized citizens of this country and sending them to some country they didn't even live in ever in their lives is doing way too much. But they've got to stop because there's too many that's been grabbed. And this has happened too many. In fact, there was a woman from a Native Indian tribe that got grabbed, and they wouldn't believe her that she was not Hispanic. She kept saying, "I'm a Native Indian. I'm indigenous. What are you doing? Here's my reservation card. Here's this. Here's that. Nope, it's fake. Nope. Nope. No, we can't have this. I don't know what the true answer is about immigration and how it's supposed to be held, but I can guarantee you what they're doing now is not the way it needs to be handled. It's just not the way, in my opinion. And because where does it stop? I mean, them just walking to a restaurant asking who speaks Spanish, that's doing too much. And if somebody who's not afraid of being deported, say like me, if I stood up and said, "Hey, what the hell are you doing? Shut up, get out," they'd arrest me for just telling them, for standing up for somebody else. And that's not okay either. So, but I'm going to hop off here. This is Rebecca with Red True Crime. Thank you for following and listening. And pray for Renee Nicole Good and her family, and pray for Linda Brown and her family. Hopefully we have some answers on what's going on here. Have a good night, everybody. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and comment. Bye.